Binge.
Rampage.
Hey everybody, welcome back for a brand new video about that show that never stops trying to gross you out with weirder and gooier zombies, The Walking Dead. Warning, beyond this point there are spoilers for people who are not up to date in The Walking Dead television series as well as the comics. In this video, we're going to give you our Rampage review of the early release of The Walking Dead Season 11A premiere. We're also going to give you our binge breakdown of the promo trailer just released for episode 1102 and go over some Maggie and Negan-centric photos that have been put out to promote the upcoming season, along with some others. Finally, we want to go over the new episode descriptions that have just dropped for episodes 3 through 6, and fair warning, they do reveal quite a bit. First, let's talk about the Season 11 premiere. We do have to give this a hands-down, pretty solid review, as there was a great blend between the action, story, and zombies. The storylines of both groups managed to keep us interested, and we really appreciated the scene where Princess showed off her observational skills to the group. She does have a talent. Mercer comes across as extremely intriguing in his debut.
I'm in charge.
And the reprocessing threat looming over the survivors gives us reminders of Terminus, but we believe that this is just to mess with the viewers and that there won't be any dark cannibalism going on in the Commonwealth, at least on the surface. Maggie's new warriors seem interesting, and we really do want to find out more about Elijah. His character really does have some depth. The Lurker zombie scene with the all-woman squad was super badass, and the Wall of the Lost revealed near the end seems promising for the Commonwealth storyline. Our favorite scene was the last one, as Negan left Maggie on a real cliffhanger. We wonder how these characters will reconcile this conflict. But hey, it's The Walking Dead. If they don't, someone will just die. Overall, this premiere has been our favorite in some time, and we hope this is a great sign to come for all of Season 11. Now let's break down the promo trailer for episode 2. The very first shot picks up right where the season premiere left off, with Negan straight up looking to make Herschel an orphan. This totally goes outside of Negan's redemption arc, but we get that he's nervous about Maggie offing him, and this is his self-preservation mode kicking in. We know from a ton of different shots from the various promos that Maggie does make it out of this, so really, all we can do is hope that the way she escapes is entertaining. After a walker-in-the-face shot for added effect, the trailer cuts inside the subway car where Alden wants to know about Maggie's whereabouts.
She was right behind me.
About that, Negan's lying face is priceless here. What a guy. The trailer is then edited to make it seem like Gabe says to leave Maggie and keep going, but we believe this moment is just taken out of context. The next shot takes us to Team Eugene, where it appears Yumiko is trying to sneak back into her cell as the group's escape attempt was cut short by Miko and that Wall of the Lost we mentioned earlier, a storyline once meant for Michonne. The next shot makes it seem that the stormtroopers are suspicious of the imposter trooper, and then we get a shot of Eugene looking about as terrified as we've ever seen him, which is pretty much at least once a season. As we can literally feel his nervousness, we hear that Ezekiel has been taken. Okay, that's a valid one to be concerned about. It makes us wonder if this is the end of the line for Zeke, or if the Commonwealth is going to treat his cancer. We think it might be to treat him, but with this whole reprocessing thing, it's tough to say. Yumiko shows some real focus and tells Eugene to stick to the story like they just robbed some bank. Looking for Yumiko's brother will probably bring out a side of her character we haven't seen before, and we're looking forward to how this arc will differ from Michonne's comic book version. The next sequence of shots shows Eugene having another black bag taken off his head. It seems like that's all he does these days. And then we see the inside of some sort of container before he goes in. As we know Eugene does make it into the Commonwealth from this shot, we know he won't die here, so this is probably just another test or punishment for his team's escape attempt. After that, we get a Dog and Daryl moment we saw in a previous sneak peek before we find out just how Daryl gets separated from the group as Dog jumps into some drain pipe. Damn it, Dog. We think that his old owner, Leah, may be luring him away somehow, as these shots show those two together, but no way to know for sure how it all goes down. The following sequence of shots shows Gabriel in the subway car saving someone with a shotgun. The trailer then cuts to two stormtroopers with a flashlight in what turns out to be the face of a scared Eugene. Again, the next shot gives us some glorious action with Daryl swinging his Morningstar mace weapon. We forgot about that thing, and we sure did miss it. As the new big guy slams Negan up against the wall, Negan justifies his actions.
I did what needed to be done.
How will he survive this? It's getting really uncomfortable to watch Negan weasel his way out of every sticky situation that he gets in. The trailer ends on Negan's line, and we're reminded that each episode will be available 1 week early on AMC+. If you want to avoid getting spoiled, you gotta at least go for that free trial. Now let's briefly look at the photos released to promote the upcoming episodes. Most of them are of these two. It seems their conflict and forgiveness story are going to take up a lot of space in these first few episodes. But hopefully this storyline is resolved by the time we're halfway through 11A. This photo here tells us that the team up might not end so well for Negan based on this shot from a previous promo. What do you think? Is Negan on death's door here, or just covered in walker guts? The other shots convey a lot of the tension between Maggie and Negan, but this last one shows a moment we saw in the Comic-Con trailer, an actual team-up between Maggie and Negan. Our bet is that this team-up is going to be short-lived. This photo shows Carol, obviously upon returning to Alexandria and being confronted by a somewhat salty Aaron, while this one shows Aaron and Carol next to each other after they've kissed and made up, while everyone looks kind of surprised by something or someone. Thank God Jerry's here. This final shot release confirms in an earlier video what we speculated. This actor, Richie Coster, is in fact playing Pope, the mysterious leader of the Reapers, and according to his vest, he's ready for some action. Finally, we want to cover these episode descriptions just released for episodes 3 through 6. Episode 3, titled Hunted, reads, Magna and Kelly attempt to catch horses. Judith and Gracie cope with their parents leaving. The horses were teased in the trailer, but it seems whatever happens in this episode is a lot more sinister than its description. We also have seen some Judith moments teased, but wonder if their storyline is just a stop and think moment, or if it's somehow directly tied to what's going on with the survivors and their enemies. Episode 4 teases some stressful situations as it says, Daryl and Dog get captured by the Reapers and are taken to the Meridian and reconnect with someone. From the season premiere, we know that the Meridian is now the Reapers' base, and we know now for sure that this is Daryl who's been captured. We believe the reconnecting is obviously going to be Leah and Daryl and Dog and Leah, but could Connie somehow turn up here as well? Probably not, but you never know. They could put her in the end of the episode, and then explain where she's been later on in the season. Episode 5 is called Out of the Ashes, and its synopsis states, Alexandrians encounter hilltop squatters. Eugene's group undergoes orientation at the Commonwealth. So that tells us Team Eugene makes it to the Commonwealth intact, and then a new group may possibly cause trouble for the survivors. Who is this new group of squatters? Will they eventually become allies like the Highwaymen? Because honestly, our survivors cannot survive another group of enemies. The last episode description we have is for 1106, and it starts, Connie and Virgil hide in a house. Pope tests Daryl's loyalty. Kelly searches for Connie. Finally, we find out what is happening with Connie after we haven't really seen her since the Season 10B premiere. We'll also see Kelly's journey to find Connie, which should be interesting. The biggest question here is, will Connie make it out alive? What about Virgil? His survival skills are basically non-existent. Pope is mentioned here, and it seems we're going to have another claimer-type situation where Daryl is kind of pressured to hang out with the wrong crowd. How will Daryl prove his loyalty to Pope? Why does he need to? What do you think? Could Daryl become an undercover Reaper? Or a real one? Thanks so much for watching our videos, everybody. As always, we're on the lookout for any new promos or spoilers to help prove or disprove all the rumors out there about our favorite show where almost everyone is part of some new murderous post-apocalyptic group, The Walking Dead. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Binge Rampage. Click the notifications bell for our channel so you can see our next video as soon as it comes out. And don't forget to subscribe.
That's your new big plan? Tell me, Maggie. Anything in particular we should be paying attention to?
I'm real close to shoving a gag in your mouth.
Well, why don't you get up on your little tippy toes and try?